Chapter 91 Going to the Alchemist Guild, First Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Another morning, Su Yun changed into Zhang Xiaofan's vest, planning to go to the Alchemist's Guild in the Imperial capital. It is not his style to take the initiative to help the Nalan family. The Shao family is special after all. It was Lao Huangli who took the initiative to cooperate with the Shao family before. In the layout of the Shao family, the investment in Shao Yan had already been completed when Hanli left Wutan City. All that is left is to wait for the leeks to grow and then harvest. In fact, he prefers others to come to beg him than to come to help him. He just needs to go to the Alchemy Guild to assess a wave of levels, and then show the strange fire. Nalan Jia would naturally prepare generous gifts and beg him to heal him. As for showing too high a pharmacist level, if the fact that the soul power is strong is exposed, will it attract people from the Soul Palace? He wasn't worried. During this period of time in the Soul Palace, things are fairly restrained. Only fighters with strong souls die and form soul bodies to come to harvest. Of course, this is not the reason why Su Yun is not afraid of the strong in the Soul Palace. The secret method obtained from the memory of the Xingtian demon saint, and the system space are the ones. The people of the Soul Temple always hunt the soul body and make it the source of the soul, but in fact, the people of the Soul Palace are also excellent materials. Jia. Su Yun had an evil smile on his face. After absorbing the 7 illusion green spirit saliva, his soul power will definitely reach the perfection of the mortal realm. At that time, he would be able to rival the Do Wang with just soul power. The effect of the secret technique created by Demon Saint Xingtian is astonishing, and it is a genuine soul skill that uses soul power to display. The restraint effect on the people of the Soul Palace is very significant. Once used, as long as the soul power of the people in the Hall of Souls does not exceed him, it is completely up to him. "Brother, are you going out?" That the little fairy doctor noticed that Su Yun had changed his appearance again, and pouted. She also planned to go shopping with Su Yun. This imperial capital is so big, there must be many interesting places. Su Yun went up and touched the little head of the little fairy doctor, and shaved the bridge of her nose. "You and Qinglin stay at home obediently. When I come back, I will take you to have fun for a few days." Su Yun smiled. The little fairy doctor puffed up her cheeks and expressed her understanding, saying, "Then I'll go out with Qinglin." Saying that, the little fairy doctor ran into the room to look for Qinglin. Su Yun was a little worried that something would happen to the two of them. Find Haibudong and ask him to send the strong members of the middle family to secretly protect them. Haibudong nodded upon hearing this. He could see that Su Yun attached great importance to these two girls, so naturally he would not neglect them. "I'll take care of things, don't worry." Su Yun nodded, and then went to the Alchemy Guild. After watching Su Yun leave, Haibudong went to Mtlnove and explained the situation. He has just returned to the middle family, and he doesn't know much about the people in the family. It is safer to let Mtlnove handle it. Mtlnove couldn't help asking after hearing this. "Old Hai, I don't know what the identities of those 3 people are, you care so much about them." He had wanted to ask about this for a long time, and through these 2 days of observation, he noticed something was wrong. Haibudong, the Do Huang powerhouse, was vaguely dominated by that young man who was so young. This kind of thought made him feel unbelievable and absurd, and he even wondered if he felt wrong. Identity? How could I know? Haibudong's face was calm, no expression could be seen. Mtlnove was taken aback for a moment, not understanding what Haibudong meant. "Okay, stop guessing, I really don't know." Haibudong sighed, went to the window, and looked at the white clouds in the sky. That kid has become a 6th-grade pharmacist at such a young age. His status is definitely not simple. Although Haibudong is not a pharmacist, he still knows the difficulty of refining medicine. Talent, resources, and the teaching of famous teachers are indispensable. The boy's true face had already been revealed to him when he was in Wutan City. Even now, he still can't believe it. The face under that human skin mask is actually a 13 or 14-year-old boy. The world is just crazy. Behind him is definitely a big force, an unfathomable teacher. It is impossible for a person of humble background to have such good fighting skills, and it is impossible to have such good skills. Haibudong came back to his senses and looked at Mtlnove. "I only know that that kid is a 6th-grade pharmacist. Hai Budong's calm words seemed like thunder struck Mtlnshan's heart. Mtlnshan was shocked inwardly, and his face was full of disbelief. Hurry up and order things down, don't just stay here. Hai Budong also understood Mtlnshan's mood. He would not have believed it if he hadn't seen Su Yun refine the breaking evil pill with his own eyes. Hearing this, Mtlnshan realized the importance of the matter and immediately went to arrange it. Hai Budong frowned. If it wasn't for Mtlnshan being so famous in the Imperial capital, he would have wanted this trash to take care of him personally. If it disturbs the interest of the two of them, tell Su Yun, God knows what will happen, but if something happens, just thinking about Hai Budong makes him shudder. Forget it, I'd better go there myself. Hai Budong shook his head. He was an old man over 60 years old. Also take care of the young people. The problem of left-behind children is still too serious. On the other side, Su Yun came to the Alchemy Guild, wearing the robe of a fourth-rank alchemist, explained the situation to the staff, and planned to conduct the assessment of a fifth-rank alchemist. The staff looked at Su Yun's young face, full of astonishment. You want to take the fifth-grade pharmacist assessment? That the staff couldn't help but ask again. Su Yun nodded. Seeing this, the staff asked Su Yun to wait for a while and report immediately. Su Yun was not surprised. The assessment of fifth-grade pharmacists is not up to them. After a while, an old man walked towards Su Yun with a deep breath. Su Yun's heart skipped a beat. System, scan this old man. Ding, the scan was successful. Name, Fa Ma, sex, male, cultivation level, 6-star fighting emperor, alchemy, the pinnacle of a fifth-rank alchemist, physique, no, attributes, fire, wood, weak, cultivation method, Xian level advanced fire and flame sun. Fighting skill, advanced Xian rank yang wei. Items, Na ring, tier 6 medicine cauldron, status, full bloom. As Yun looked at the panel displayed by the system and frowned. The system panel has also been updated. This was something he hadn't noticed before. Since the system was updated, when he tested the scanning range, he only scanned dead objects. No changes were found. Su Yun observed carefully. The system panel seemed to be more detailed, and could even display the status of the target. Su Yun's expression paled. Yao Lao, when did I lose my good habit of scanning people whenever I see them? Just after the system update was completed, he went to find Hai Budong. Then I took the flying monster to Black Rock City and flew for several days, but there was nothing to sweep. Instead, I lost the good habit of scanning people when I saw them. Otherwise, the changes in the system panel may have been discovered long ago. Chapter 93: The Shock of the Imperial Capital, Third Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Yun nodded with a calm expression, as if a sixth-grade pharmacist was nothing more than an ordinary one. In fact, I was very happy. To be honest, it's quite cool to show up to others occasionally and pretend to be aggressive. Fa Ma took a deep breath to calm himself down, and his attitude softened. Since that's the case, you should recover your fighting spirit here first, and I will also prepare for it. After saying that, Fa Ma immediately walked out of the room, messy by himself. Su Yun sat down cross-legged, and took out an elixir for restoring battle energy from the system space. With his current battle chi stock, with the help of Qinglian's heart fire, he can completely refine another 5th-grade elixir, but the 6th-grade elixir does not work. The higher the level of Dou Qi cultivation, the greater the gap between each realm. The same is true for pills. The refining difficulty of the 6th-grade elixir is not at the same level as that of the 5th-grade elixir. He must restore his fighting spirit to its peak state. After a period of time, Su Yun's fighting energy filled up and he recovered completely. After a while, Fa Ma also came back. He just went to the internal treasury of the Alchemists Guild. The assessment of a 5th-rank pharmacist is simple. He is a 5th-rank pharmacist himself, and he can easily get together the 5th-rank pill formula and the corresponding medicinal materials, but the 6th grade is different. He just went to the inner library to get the prescriptions of 3 kinds of 6th-grade elixirs, as well as the corresponding medicinal materials. After all, it is the headquarters of the Alchemist Guild of the Overweight Empire, and there is still some background in this. However, it will be different if you reach the realm of 7th-rank pharmacist. Then you must go to Zhongzhou, to Danta. Fa Ma returned to the room, full of thoughts. The last time he spent so much trouble, he should give the assessment to that kid Gu He. Have these one after another surpassed me? Fa Ma looked at the face that was too young and said. How about it, old man? I'm here. everything is ready. Su Yun nodded, indicating that he was fine. Seeing this, Fa Ma put all the prescriptions on the table. Su Yun still chose one of them randomly, and immersed his soul power in it. Just like before, Su Yun withdrew his soul power not long after. Fa Ma frowned. He might not think that Su Yun was just lucky and could only refine 1 or 2 grade 6 pills. When a blind cat meets a dead mouse, it happens to be able to refine it. This young man probably has traveled quite a distance in the realm of a 6th rank alchemist, and he has a lot of 6th rank alchemy formulas in his hands. Fa Ma also looked at the pill formula, and took out the medicinal materials from the ring. Su Yun was ready. The blue flame rose again and began to refine the medicinal materials. Fa Ma looked at the cyan flame exuding a terrifying temperature, and a trace of envy flashed in his eyes. The strange fire has a fatal attraction for alchemists, and every alchemist wants a kind of strange fire in his dream. Fa Ma shook his head and looked away. Not only is it difficult to find the strange fire, but it is also difficult to refine it. Even Zuan Wanjian, who is ranked last, wants to refine it, and he has to go through the danger of a narrow escape. It is precisely because of this reason that murders and fires do not happen often in the Dou Qi Continent. After all, the person who can refine the strange fire is not easy, and even if they tried their best to grab the strange fire, if the refinement failed, they would still be burned to ashes by the strange fire. Furukawa's 3-year appointment, when Xiao Yan joined the Yunlan sect. Knowing that Xiao Yan was the one who snatched the strange fire, he didn't have the idea of killing people to seize the fire. The reason is here, and even if it succeeds, the strange fire will riot from time to time. Other exercises don't have as strong a suppressive power against different fires as Fenju. This point, in fact, can be known by referring to Han Feng. Even if he has practiced the fragments of Fenju and has the strength of the Dohuang Peak, he must be on guard against Hai Xinyan's riots from time to time. This is also one of the reasons why he wanted Fenju very much, although the strange fire is a good thing. Not everyone can subdue it. The refining of the 6th grade elixir is very difficult. It took him a day to refine the pure pill before, and the same is true for this 6th grade elixir. A day later, huge energy fluctuations emanated from the Alchemist Guild, and a more conspicuous phenomenon than before appeared in the sky. The entire Imperial capital was boiling. This kind of vision is the vision of the pill of the 6th grade elixir. That direction came from the Alchemist Guild. Could it be the Alchemy King Guha who came to the Alchemist Guild? No, maybe President Fa Ma has reached the level of a 6th grade pharmacist. The major forces in the Imperial capital were discussing a lot, and the smart ones were already preparing gifts, and planned to go to the Alchemist Guild to congratulate them, and in the direction of the Imperial Palace, a figure in sackcloth with a heavy aura was flying towards the Alchemist Guild at high speed. The extra punishment day looked solemn. Whether it was the Pharaoh's successful breakthrough and becoming a 6th grade pharmacist, or the mysterious pharmacist who appeared in black Rock City came to the Imperial capital, he wants to come and see. In the Alchemist Guild, Suyun felt the fighting energy in his body and shook his head. Only 1 or 2 are left. Suyun took out another pill from the system space and swallowed it. In each level, there are basically pills for restoring battle chi and healing injuries, which is not unreasonable. So practical. Give the 6th grade elixir in his hand to Fa Ma. Suyun recovered his grudge on his own. Fa Ma looked at the elixir in his hand with dull eyes. A success. This is much better than Furukawa before. What is his success rate? A trace of doubt flashed in Fa Ma's eyes. During Furukawa's assessment, he used up all the medicinal materials before he seized the last chance to successfully refine and pass the assessment. I'm afraid that this person's alchemy skills are probably still higher than today's Furukawa. Even now, it takes a while to become a 6th grade alchemist, unless one is very lucky. Otherwise, Furukawa would not be able to successfully refine it once. Fa Ma tilted his head slightly, sensing the aura of Jia Xingtian, and appeared at the door of the Alchemist Guild. There is also an icy and huge aura, which is also flying towards here rapidly. Fa Ma turned his head and looked at Suyun, who was meditating and recovering his fighting spirit. Has such a young man become the focus of the entire Imperial capital? Fa Ma looked at the 6th grade elixir in his hand again, as it should be. Fa Ma put the elixir into the ring. In fact, this is also the benefit of being the president of the Alchemist Guild. This 6th grade elixir belongs to him. When he came to the gate of the guild, Jia Xingtian was already waiting here. seeing Jia Xingtian hesitate to speak, Fa shook his head. It's not me. You know my situation. I'm afraid I won't be able to take that step until I die. Hearing this, Jia Xingtian spoke. Can you introduce me? Fa shook his head again. Jia Xingtian frowned. Pharaoh, we have been friends for so many years, when did you become so stingy? Fa was not annoyed either, and explained. The 6th grade elixir is not so easy to refine, he is still recovering his fighting spirit, how can I introduce you? And the old man Bing is coming soon, just wait a little longer. Chapter 94 Sweets, First Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hearing this, Jia Xingtian was taken aback for a moment, then nodded, that's right, he had also seen the weakened appearance of Alchemy King Furukawa after alchemy, every time he refines a 6th grade elixir, his battle energy will be exhausted. Jia Xingtian thought silently in his heart, at this time, Hai Budong's figure descended from the sky. The kid has finished the assessment, Hai Budong asked Fa. Hearing this, Jia Xingtian and Fa were taken aback for a moment, looked at each other, and saw the astonishment in each other's eyes. Fa couldn't help asking. Old man Bing, do you know him? Hai Budong glanced at Fa indifferently, then nodded. Of course, I can come back this time because of him. Then they ignored them and waited at the door. After a while, Suyun finally recovered. 3 old antiques from the Jia Ma Empire also came over. Suyun looked at Jia Xingtian and Hai Budong a little surprised, but after thinking about it, he understood. Needless to say, Hai Budong came to see his situation, and Jia Xingtian, as the guardian of the royal family, will pay close attention to all kinds of situations happening in the Jia Ma Empire. A 6th grade pharmacist was born out of nowhere. Of course he would come and take a look. Hai Budong walked behind Su Yun and made his position clear. Seeing this, the astonishment in Jia Xingtian's heart deepened, and he took a deep breath. No matter what, he had to make a good impression in front of this 6th grade alchemist. My name is Jia Xingtian, I don't know how to call this master. Su Yun nodded. My name is Zhang Xiaofan. Jia Xingtian looked at Su Yun's too young face, showing the same shock as Fa. Su Yun was not surprised by this. If he showed his true face, they might all be scared out of a heart attack. Jia Xingtian calmed down and congratulated Su Yun. Congratulations to Master Zhang for successfully refining the 6th grade elixir and becoming a 6th grade pharmacist. Su Yun nodded and said some polite words to the two of them. After a while, seeing that the politeness was almost the same, Jia Xingtian asked. I don't know, Master, have you been to Black Rock City recently? Su Yun was taken aback for a moment, and then remembered that he had refined Pierre Dan for Hai Budong in Black Rock City. Well, I did stay in Black Rock City for a while. Jia Xingtian knew it in his heart. I received the news a few days ago that there seems to be a vision of a 6th grade elixir in Black Rock City. It must be Master Zhang's handwriting. Su Yun nodded and admitted the matter. Afterwards, Fa handed over the 5th rank and 6th rank alchemist robes to Su Yun, and Su Yun and Hai Budong left the alchemist guild. In the pharmacist guild, Fa and Jia Xingtian were still discussing Su Yun, a 6th grade pharmacist. Pharaoh, do you know anything about this master? Jia Xingtian tried to get some information from Fa. Fa shook his head. I don't know, it seems to have appeared out of thin air, not like people from the surrounding empires. In my opinion, it is either from a hermit family or from Zhongzhou. In terms of alchemy, the strongest in the entire Dou Qi Continent is the alchemy tower in Zhongzhou. Hearing this, Jia Xingtian nodded. When he was young, he also went to Zhongzhou and understood how prosperous it was. Such a monster is indeed not someone who can come out of their remote corner. I just don't know how old man Bing got together with such a character. Jia Xingtian frowned. Fa clicked his tongue, not knowing what his old friend was thinking. Okay, you regard the overweight empire as a treasure, but others may not think highly of us. He has reached the realm of a 6th rank pharmacist at such a young age, and it is only a short time before he wants to become a 7th rank pharmacist. I just saw his medicine refining technique. I am afraid it is much better than that of the alchemy king Guha. Such a character, the real stage is in Zhongzhou. It's just persecution paranoia. Fa shook his head in his heart. Jia Xingtian was not embarrassed when his mind was punctured, but rather cared about the information that Fa had just revealed. Pharaoh, you are telling the truth. this person's alchemy skills are stronger than that of Alchemy King Furukawa. A look of disbelief flashed across Jia Xingtian's face. In his opinion, at such a young age, he had stepped into the realm of a 6th-grade alchemist, and he should have just entered it. Ma heard the words, and told about the fact that Su Yun had refined the elixir just once. Only then did Jia Xingtian have to believe it. A trace of schadenfreude flashed across his face. If Furukawa knew that his proud alchemy was surpassed by such a young man, how would he feel? Haha, I'm afraid I won't have any good feelings. The corners of Ma's eyes twitched, not knowing what to say. On the other side, Su Yun and Hai Budong returned to the Mitre family, and the little doctor and Qing Lin were waiting in the hall. After the little fairy doctor saw Su Yun, he threw himself into Su Yun's arms. The two embraced for a while before separating. Qing Lin has been taken by Hai Budong. I don't know where it is taken. How have you been these 2 days? Su Yun put the little fairy doctor on his thigh, and a soft touch came from his leg. This girl is getting better and better. Hearing this, the little fairy doctor took out a bunch of gadgets from Neji, some small toys and snacks. The day before yesterday, Qing Lin and I played in the Imperial capital all day, but we didn't go out yesterday. You didn't come back for a day. I thought you went away again and it would take a long time to come back. The little fairy doctor kept these words in his heart, then took out a bunch of candied haws, bit one himself, and put it to Su Yun's mouth. Very sweet. The little fairy doctor's cheeks were slightly red, but her tone of voice didn't fluctuate much. Su Yun bit down one, with a smile on his face. Well, it's very sweet. Hearing this, a happy smile appeared on the little fairy doctor's face. The little fairy doctor bit off another one, and put the candied haws to Su Yun's mouth. Su Yun smiled and shook his head. His eyes fell on the little cherry mouth of the little fairy doctor. The one in your mouth should be sweeter. Saying that, before the little fairy doctor could react, he bent down directly. At night, Su Yun returned to the room. Before going to the Tagore Desert, the little doctor had always slept with him. However, now it seems that to take care of Qing Lin, these two girls are in the same room. Qing Lin is a little afraid of the dark. Su Yun just met Qing Lin before. The night she was resting in the inn, the girl suddenly woke up in the middle of the night and was frightened and cried. That day he hugged Qing Lin in his arms and comforted her for a while before falling asleep. It's a good thing that these two girls have a good relationship. Su Yun shook his head. It was just a pity that he missed his soft and jade-like pillow. Su Yun crossed his legs and began to practice. With his current strength, he doesn't need so much sleep. Sleeping every 20 days or so is actually enough. As for the rest of the time, let's use it for cultivation. He will not be complacent about his own strength. It's okay to put it in an overweight empire, but if it's in Zhongzhou, it's nothing. Chapter 95 The Plan to Increase Xingtian, Second Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Overweight the Imperial Palace. Jia Xingtian and a young woman are talking. This woman was wearing a luxurious brocade robe, with an extremely tall figure and a glamorous face that was quite delicate. This one is the next successor of the Jia Ma Empire. Yao Yi. Dou Qi Continent is different from ancient China, but rather like a Western kingdom. Empresses are not uncommon. What attitude do you think the royal family should take towards this sudden appearance of Master Zhang? Jia Xingtian asked Yaoya. This remark is not a test of effectiveness. Yaoya is the most intelligent in the royal family. Even when Jia Xingtian is undecided, he will refer to her opinion a little bit. Yaoya pondered for a while and said, Grandpa, let alone whether there is really a huge power behind this Zhang Xiaofan, as far as his status as a 6th-grade alchemist is concerned, our royal family should try to win him over. But the problem now is that the Ice Emperor seems to have been subdued by him, and the entire middle family is probably under his control. Although the middle family is not as good as our royal family, I am afraid that there is no shortage of people under him. Jia Xingtian nodded when he heard the words. He knew these things too. Yaoya continued. Now we have a question before us. Even if that 6th-grade pharmacist won't stay in our overweight empire, his influence will remain. Pil King Furukawa joined the Misty Cloud sect when he was still a 4th-rank pharmacist, but with the improvement of Furukawa's alchemy skills, he became a 6th-rank pharmacist. Hearing this, Jia Xingtian's face changed, and he understood the seriousness of the matter. It can only be said that Yaoya is worthy of being the future queen of the Jiama Empire. The thoughts are very deep. Furukawa is still like this. What about this Zhang Xiaofan? How many years will he stay in the middle family, and how many pills will he refine for the middle family? Let's just talk about that Ice Emperor. Even if his strength has dropped a lot now, he is no match for your grandfather. What about after that? Pills are quite miraculous, so it's hard to guarantee that he doesn't have the pills to help the Ice Emperor recover his strength. Since the return of the Ice Emperor, I have sent people to pay attention to the movements of the middle family. In the past 2 days, the Mitre family has mobilized all forces to find medicinal materials, high-level medicinal materials. Yaoya's expression was solemn, and he was quite afraid of this 6th-grade pharmacist in his words. Xingtian's brows frowned into a Sichuan character on his old face. Although Yaoya didn't say it clearly, the meaning expressed in it was already obvious. With the help of this 6th-grade pharmacist, the middle family might become the next Misty Cloud sect. In your opinion, is it possible for us to win over this 6th-grade pharmacist? The royal family is much stronger than the middle family. What the middle family can provide, our royal family can do the same. Yaoya heard the words, but shook her head and smiled wryly. Grandpa, the key to win over this 6th-grade pharmacist is not whether the royal family is stronger than the Mitre family. The key to him staying in the middle family should be the Ice Emperor. We don't know what happened between the Ice Emperor and him, and we have no way to start. Xingtian was a little restless. Of these 1 or 2, why is it that only the royal family is going downhill? A 6th-grade pharmacist came to the middle family, and the Nalan family and the Yunlan sect got in touch. Even if the Mu family has not developed much, but Mu Chun is still young, and Mu Zhan's talent is not weak, so he can wait until he grows up. Only royalty. Now the royal family seems to be in a good mood, but in fact it is seriously underdeveloped, and it is all supported by itself. Once the deadline comes, and the old man can't do anything, any one of the 3 major families has the ability to initiate a coup d'état. Yaoya also sighed. With her intelligence, how could she not know the crisis facing the royal family? At this time, Xingtian looked at Xiang Yaoya with a gloomy gaze. In the past, Pill King Furu stayed in the Misty Cloud sect in order to pursue Yun. Why can't my royal family follow suit? Yaoya looked at Xingtian's eyes on her, and his words. She didn't know what her great-grandpa meant. The next day, the news that a 6th-grade pharmacist came to the imperial capital was widely spread, and many people were discussing it in the streets and alleys. Have you heard? Yesterday the Alchemist Association certified a 6th-grade alchemist. Of course, it is said that this master has a great friendship with the Ice Emperor who returned not long ago, and now lives in the middle family. A 6th-grade pharmacist, what kind of person is that? In the past 100 years of our empire, there has only been one alchemy king, Furukawa. The middle family is probably about to take off. The value brought by a 6th-grade pharmacist cannot be measured by common sense. Suyun was staying in his room when there was a lot of discussion in the imperial capital. Suyun thought about his own system, which was a bit difficult. He now has 3 5th-order magic cores in his hand. 1 wood attribute, 1 ice attribute, and 1 wind attribute, but now he wants a fire attribute. Now because of the different fire and the earth-level intermediate fighting skill flowing flame dragon / his ability to use fire attribute fighting energy is far stronger than ice attribute fighting energy, so he wanted to strengthen the setting sun, and increase his combat power. Here comes the embarrassing part, there is no 5th-order magic core with fire attribute. The replacement function of the system is also required, and the things that need to be scanned can be replaced by energy crystals. In other words, he had to scan a fire attribute magic core first, otherwise he would not be able to replace it at all. Suyun felt a little headache. He doesn't lack kung fu, fighting skills, alchemy formulas, and experience in refining medicine, and he even has soul arts, but only this resource. TSK, Suyun sighed. The basic usage conditions of this replacement function are already clear, but how to make it play a huge role, I'm afraid it needs to be explored. Suyun had no choice but to strengthen the cold jade first. System, fuse the 5th-order ice attribute magic core with cold jade. Ding, a fusion solution has been detected, and it needs to consume a 5th-order energy crystal block or a 5th-order magic core. Do you want to fuse? Fusion. Following Suyun's order, the 5th-order ice attribute magic core and 5th-order wind attribute magic core disappeared in the system space. The cold jade sword placed in the system space exudes blue light, the fourth-order magic core originally inlaid on the cold jade sword began to fuse into a pool of strange blue liquid, covering the entire body of the sword. After a while, the cold jade sword became sharper and harder, then a fifth-order ice attribute magic core was embedded in the position of the fourth-order magic core just now. As the level of the inlaid magic core became higher and higher, it was impossible for the original material of the cold jade sword to carry it. This also caused the original magic core to be systematized into something suspected of energy, strengthening the material of the sword body. The fusion function of the system is very particular about the feasibility of the fusion scheme, and not just any unconstrained idea can do it. Chapter 96, Nalan Jie Visits, Third Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He has the sixth-order fire attribute magic core and ice attribute magic core in his hand, but he didn't directly embed them, which is also the reason. It must be strengthened level by level, otherwise the sword body will not be able to bear it at all. He strengthened these two swords to the fourth level before, and he did so step by step. After the strengthening was completed, Su Yun had a thought and took the cold jade sword in his hand. After looking at it for a while, Su Yun put the Hanyu sword back into the system space after playing a trick with the sword. Generally speaking, a fighter holding a Tier 1 magic nuclear weapon can increase his strength by at least 30%, holding the corresponding magic nuclear weapons in other stages. The increase in strength is almost the same. This is also the reason why Su Yun is very interested in weapon strengthening. The increase of 30% is not low. And if he uses Flowing Flame Dragon Slash, it is the Setting Sun sword which is a Tier 4 weapon. I'm afraid it won't be able to bear it at all. Instead of worrying about weapons, Su Yun turned his attention to the scanning function of the system. System, scan myself. Ding, the scan was successful. Name, Su Yun. Sex, male. Cultivation, 5-star fighting spirit. Alchemy, 6th grade alchemist. Physique, no. Attributes, fire, ice, wood. Weak. Cultivation method, low-level Fenhan Ju. Fighting skills, Earth level intermediate Flowing Flame Dragon Slash. Xian level advanced fighting skill Clear Frost and White Dew. Items, Naring, Black Demon Cauldron. Status, Full Bloom. Su Yun rarely scans himself. Why? Because of the suspicion of the number of words. After all, one scan is 100 words, and he himself can't stand the water. There is still an ellipsis, or there will be more. Su Yun took a closer look. The most notable is the addition of a status column. This is a good thing. When encountering enemies like this, not only can you know his cultivation base, but also how much strength he can display at present. TSK, this is a must-have medicine for robbing houses. In addition, the attributes are now more detailed. Before, only the 3 attributes of fire, ice, and wood were displayed, but now a weak one is added behind the wood. It's better than nothing. I don't know if there will be other changes when scanning different targets. Su Yun put away the panel and was about to start practicing when there was a knock on the door. Boy, Nalan Jie is here. Hai Budong's voice reached his ears, and a smile flashed across Su Yun's face. Another big fish was hooked. Su Yun put on Zhang Xiaofan's vest and pushed open the door. Ever since they came back from the Alchemist Guild, people have brought gifts to congratulate them one after another, wanting to make them familiar. Su Yun didn't even meet him. He just asked them to accept all the presents before inviting them away. It's just that Nalan Jie was mentioned and asked him to receive him. Personally, Hai Budong was a little puzzled. What's special about this Nalan Jie? Su Yun didn't answer directly. Wait until you find out. Hai Budong was a little confused, and followed Su Yun out with doubts. The 3 of Su Yun were arranged in a villa, and it was impossible for him to receive them in his own residence. He still doesn't want to expose little Dr. Immortal and Qinglin. These 2 girls are his weaknesses. If they are caught by the wrongdoers, they will be threatened. Even if he had the confidence to rescue them, it would be very troublesome. And they are also a great help in the future, so they must be protected now, not to mention anything else. Once the little Dr. Immortal's Ernandu body is activated, his cultivation might surpass him in a short time. They went to the middle family, the hall where the guests were entertained. Nalan Jie has been waiting here for a long time. Seeing Su Yun and Hai Budong approaching, Nalan Jie hurriedly cupped his hands and said, "This must be Master Zhang, he is really young and promising." Su Yun said with a smile on his face. Marshal Lionheart, Nalan Jie, has known his name for a long time. After the two of them exchanged business for a while, Nalan Jie took out a volume of 4th grade elixir prescriptions from the Neji. I got this recipe by accident in my early years, so I gave it to you as a meeting gift. Su Yun smiled, nodded, and took the things away. This old thing really cost money. The value of this volume of 4th grade elixir is not low. To alchemists, it is more attractive than a middle-level profound-level fighting skill. A trace of heartache flashed across Nalan Jie's face, although he didn't use this thing himself, but if you take it to the Alchemist Guild to trade with those alchemists, you can get a lot of good things. Seeing that Su Yun accepted Dan Fong, Nalan Jie began to explain his real purpose. This time, apart from congratulating Master Zhang on becoming a 6th grade pharmacist, I have one more request. Su Yun smiled and said. Master Nalan, please tell me. Hearing this, Nalan Jie was overjoyed, and then said. I was years ago, I once fought with a 5th order magic beast branding iron poisonous python, and although I killed it in the end, I was also poisoned by the branding. Master Zhang is a pharmacist, so he must know the horror of this branded poison. Nalan Jie smiled wryly. Su Yun nodded. This branding iron poisonous python is quite extraordinary. The branding poison of a 5th level branding iron poisonous python can even poison a 6th level monster. It's completely the arrogant alien among Warcraft, who can fight by leaps and bounds. Nalan Jie looked at Su Yun expectantly. He has suffered from this branding poison these years, and he needs to consume a lot of battle energy every day to suppress this poison. Fa Ma, the president of the Alchemist Guild, and Gu He, the king of alchemy, had invited him to visit, but there was nothing he could do. Now another 6th grade pharmacist came, so he naturally wanted to try his luck. Su Yun pondered for a while. I can try. At that time, only Fa Ma was present when refining the medicine, and only Fa Ma knew when he was pregnant with the strange fire. Now there is no news from the outside world that he has a strange fire. The old president probably didn't reveal the news. I'm afraid it's because I don't know what my attitude is, so I concealed the matter. Nalan Jie came here this time. Probably because of his reputation as a 6th grade pharmacist. It's okay, as long as the goal is achieved, the process is not important, and it is also good that the abnormal fire is not exposed. Han Feng from the Black Horn territory covets the strange fire very much. He didn't consider this person before, mainly because the Jia Ma Empire was too far away from the Black Horn region. Even if it takes a 4th order flying monster, it will take a full month to get there. The possibility of the news being passed on is almost close to none. Nalan Jie was overjoyed when he heard the words, and quickly cooperated with Su Yun to start the inspection. Su Yun asked Nalan Jie to take off his shirt, put his hands on his back, and let his soul power penetrate his body to check the situation in his body. At the same time, Su Yun's heart moved. System, scan Nalan Jie. Ding, the scan was successful. Name, Nalan Jie. Sex, male. Cultivation as 3-star fighting king. Physique, no. Attribute, wind. Cultivation method, Xian level high level strong wind strength. Fighting technique, Xian level advanced flying spin fist. Items, Naring, status, suffering from branded poison, can only display 70% of strength. Well, the status column on the panel is clearly displayed. Su Yun nodded secretly. It is rare to give the system a thumbs up. Chapter 97 got it, first update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When he came back to his senses, Su Yun carefully checked Nalan Jie's situation. After a while, Su Yun put away his soul power. Well, this branding poison is really powerful. If it wasn't for Nalan Jie's cultivation as a fighting king and strong fighting spirit, he would have died from the poison a long time ago. Moreover, the branding poison injected into Nalan Jie's body by the 5th order magic beast branding iron poisonous seal python at that time should be only 1 out of 10, to inject. All of it, not to mention that Nalan Jie only has the Douhuang cultivation level. Even the Douhuang has been poisoned to death now. The branding poison of the branding iron poisonous python is not just for fun. If it is not rare and difficult to reproduce, it may also be a tyrant in the fighting spirit continent. Su Yun pondered for a while before speaking. Master Nalan, I have a way to solve your problem. Hearing this, Nalan Jie was ecstatic in his heart, with an excited expression on his face. You really have a way? Su Yun nodded. Certainly. Master, please save me. Su Yun stretched out his right hand, and the battle energy in his body drove Qinglian's heart fire from the dantian, and flowed out from the meridians, and a blue flame appeared on Su Yun's hand. Can the old man know this thing? Su Yun asked. A trace of shock flashed in Nalan Jie's eyes, cyan flames floated in the air, and the terrifying temperature caused waves in the space. This is a strange fire. A trace of disbelief flashed across Nalan Jie's face. Well, the scorching poison in your body cannot be incinerated by ordinary flames, but the strange fire is different. As long as the strange fire enters your body and burns it, the poison attached to your body will naturally be resolved. Nalan Jie said impatiently. Then I wonder when Master Zhang started to detoxify me. Hearing this, Su Yun smiled slightly, dissipating the fire in Qinglian's heart. Don't worry, old man, detoxification can start any time. It's just that you haven't agreed on the reward yet. You can't let me do it for nothing, right? Although the 4th rank elixir is good, it is just that. It is far from enough to ask a 6th rank pharmacist to help. Nalan Jie was taken aback for a moment, with a troubled face on his face. The cost of a 6th grade alchemist is not low. When he invited Pil King Guha over, it was because of Yenran's relationship. Even so, their Nalan family also paid treasures of considerable value. This was just asking him to come to see a doctor, but it didn't solve the branding poison on his body. Su Yun didn't make a sound, just waited quietly. No one is a fool. Nalan Jie must know that there is something that can move him. It depends on his reluctance. Su Yun took a sip of tea, as if sitting firmly on the Diayutai. After a while, Nalan Jie seemed to have made up his mind, cupped his hands and said to Su Yun. Master Zhang, my Nalan family has a 7 illusion green spirit saliva. You must have heard of the name of this medicinal herb, can greatly enhance the soul power. I wonder if this thing can ask you to do it. Hearing this, Su Yun put down the teacup in his hand with a smile on his face. 7 illusions Qingling saliva is certainly enough. Hearing what Su Yun said, Nalan Jie heaved a sigh of relief, and at the same time felt that his heart was bleeding. To put it bluntly, he can still suppress the branding poison now, unlike a few years later when he was on the verge of death. I am still a little bit reluctant to this kind of invaluable natural treasure. Then I don't know, when will Master Zhang start the treatment? Really impatient, Su Yun put down the teacup in his hand. The branding poison on your body has been attached to your bone marrow for a long time. If you get rid of it all at once, your body may not be able to bear it. In my opinion, it is better to divide this treatment into 3 times. You have been here for the last 3 days. If everything goes well, after 3 days, your branding poison will naturally be resolved. Su Yun thought for a moment and said. Then, shall we start the first treatment now? Nalan Jie said tentatively. Su Yun nodded. The two sat down cross-legged, and a blue flame burst out from Su Yun's right hand. Feeling the temperature behind his back, a trace of cold sweat broke out on Nalan Jie's forehead. If such a terrifying flame was not effectively controlled, it would probably burn him to ashes in a short while. At this time, Su Yun's voice sounded from behind, reminding him. The temperature of my strange fire must have been felt by the old man, so you have to be patient. The risk of alien fire entering the body is not small. If you are not careful, you may not have time to explain your funeral. Su Yun's tone was flat, but what he said made Nalan Jie's hair stand on end. Nalan Jie took a deep breath to suppress the anxiety in his heart. Okay. Master Zhang, do whatever you want. Hearing this, Su Yun slapped Nalan Jie's back with his right hand wrapped in Qinglian's heart fire. The terrifying temperature permeated Nalan Jie's body, and he walked through it unscrupulously. Even with Su Yun's deliberate control, this terrifying temperature still made Nalan Jie a little overwhelmed. Nalan Jie clenched his teeth, and insisted on not making a sound, allowing Qinglian's heart fire to rage in her body. Behind Nalan Jie, Su Yun's soul power was concentrated in Nalan Jie's body. It's not a child's play to enter the body with strange fire. If one is not careful and doesn't control it well, let alone detoxify, Nalan Jie may die on the spot. This is not what he wants. Although the pain Nalan Jie endured at this time was not as good as when Su Yun refined Qinglian's heart fire, it was still 2 to 3 out of 10, not to mention this old thing, his willpower is still quite strong. The whole process lasted for an hour, and he gritted his teeth and persisted. His body remained motionless and did not make any movement. With a thought in Su Yun's mind, the blue fire on his right hand disappeared, and his soul power was withdrawn. Just when Su Yun retracted Xingtian's heart fire, Nalan Jia couldn't bear it anymore, and lay down on the ground without any image. Nalan Jia felt his body relaxed a lot, and almost 30% of the branding poison in his body was removed. It's just that the pain is really unbearable. No wonder the treatment has to be divided into 3 times, and the body is quite weak. How does it feel? Su Yun asked. Nalanji struggled to get up from the ground, and thanked him. I feel much better. Master Zhang is indeed a 6th grade pharmacist. I will bring the 7 illusions green spirit saliva tomorrow. Hearing this, Su Yun nodded. He likes people like this. After the two of them chatted politely for a while, Nalan Jia took his leave and left. Haibudong, who was protecting the law for the two, spoke out. 7 illusions green spirit saliva. This is your purpose. He has lived in seclusion in Stone Desert City for decades, and he is not clear about the fact that the Nalan family got the Chihuan Kingling saliva. Su Yun stretched himself. That's right, it's unimaginable how much this thing can improve the soul power. If I get this thing, the soul power will be greatly increased. Hearing this, Haibudong nodded. Although he is not a pharmacist, he also knows the importance of soul power to a pharmacist. The next day, Nalan Jia delivered the 7 magical green spirit saliva over as agreed. Su Yun looked at the Chihuan Qingling saliva in his hand and showed a satisfied smile. After refining this thing, his soul power will soar to perfection in the mortal realm. At that time, with only his soul power, he will be able to match against the peak Do Wang. Chapter 98 Refining, Second Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Putting away the 7 illusion green spirit saliva, Su Yun gave Nalan Jia another treatment that would make him want to die. After being grateful for a while, Nalanji left the Mitre family with a weak body. Boy, what are your plans next? With your aptitude, it is impossible to stay in the Jia Ma Empire forever. Haibudong crossed his arms and asked in a flat tone. Hearing this, Su Yun stood up and came to Haibudong's side. Naturally, this Jia Ma Empire is too small, and I can't use my hands and feet. Now that I have the Chihuan Qingling in my hands, there is no need for me to stay here anymore. You must have heard of the name of Canaan Academy, Bihai Lao. Su Yun and Haibudong looked at each other, and the two discussed their future. When Haibudong heard this, his pale eyebrows frowned. I am aware of Canaan College. You want to study at Canaan College? With your strength, I'm afraid you won't learn much there, right? The admissions requirements there are nothing more than the 8th Duan fighting chi. Even in the legendary inner court where geniuses gather, I am afraid that no one is your opponent. Haibudong didn't quite understand Su Yun's decision. In his opinion, Su Yun's current strength can easily deal with 5th-order monsters. This strength, let alone enrolling, even graduating directly from Canaan College is not a problem. Su Yun smiled slightly. Outsiders know that Canaan College has strong teaching ability, and the inner courtyard is even more magical, but they don't know the real mystery. Su Yun mentioned to Haibudong the effectiveness of the sky-burning chi refining tower in Canaan Academy. There is still such a magical place. A trace of astonishment flashed in Haibudong's eyes. No wonder you want to go in so much. When you arrive at the inner courtyard, combined with the effects of your sky-burn chi refining tower, I'm afraid you will be able to step into the Dowang realm in a short time. Haibudong understood Su Yun's plan, but he was a little puzzled. It's just that you entered Canaan Academy. Where should I go? It's impossible to stay here in Jia Ma Empire, waiting for you to come back, right? This Canaan Academy does not allow outsiders to enter. Even the family members of the students of the academy can only stay for a short time. When Su Yun heard this, a trace of surprise flashed in his eyes. This old guy really lived in peace after getting on his boat. But thinking about the identity talent he displayed, he felt a little relieved. That's right. A 13 or 14-year-old 6th-grade pharmacist is completely worthy of a Do Huang powerhouse. Su Yun didn't answer Haibudong's question, but asked instead. I don't know the medicinal materials of Fulling Ziden. How are you preparing? Hearing Su Yun's question, Haibudong looked embarrassed. It didn't go very well. Haibudong answered truthfully. Su Yun chuckled. He had expected this matter a long time ago, and it was quite hard to find some medicinal materials for refining Fulling Purple Pill. The medicinal material that Xiao Yan refined for Hai Budong was obtained from Han Feng's ring. Old Hai, you can't find it in the Jia Empire, you might as well go to other places to try, for example, the Black Corner domain. Hai Budong changed his words when he heard that. He still didn't know what Su Yun meant. Good boy, really don't treat me like a human being, you actually want me to go to that place in the Noir region. Su Yun noticed the change in Hai Budong's expression. You're not afraid, are you? The Ice Emperor who galloped the overweight empire in the past, is old now, so it doesn't mean that he has lost his courage. Hai Budong looked at Su Yun angrily. Scared, when did I, Hai Budong, ever get scared? Oh, are you always afraid of Medusa? Hearing this, Hai Budong's body froze, and a frightened look flashed across his face. You boy, which pot is not open and which pot to lift? Hai Budong calmed down slightly. Although the Black Horn region is chaotic and dangerous, with my strength, I can protect myself there without any worries. It's just, boy, what do you want me to do there? Hai Budong wasn't really scared anymore. The leaders of the major forces in the Black Horn region are only in the realm of the Dou Huang. With his strength, he can run away without fighting to the death. There are many things worth planning in the Black Point area. You get your footing there first. When the time comes, I'll let you know. Su Yun said with a smile. He did not lie to Hai Budong. The resources of the Black Horn region are definitely much more than that of the Jia Empire. If Hai Bo goes there, he should be able to gather the medicinal materials for the Fulling Purple Pill soon. As for why he wanted Hai Budong to go to the Black Horn region, it was naturally because there were good things there, not to mention anything else. But the third copy of the painting of Jinglian Yaohua is worth a trip, of course. What he wants most is the Sea Heart Flame in Han Feng's hand. The two discussed some details, and Su Yun returned to the room. After confirming that there was no one nearby, Su Yun's thoughts moved, his figure flashed, and he returned to the system space. The medicine cauldron and Qihuan Qingling saliva are in front of Su Yun. Besides this, there are several other medicinal materials. Su Yun licked his dry tongue, his body's fighting spirit floated, and a blue flame appeared in the palm of his hand and slapped the medicine cauldron. Start refining various medicinal materials. Under the action of Qinglian's Earth Heart Fire, the medicinal materials were quickly refined, and then Su Yun began to refine the 7 illusions Qingling saliva. This time the refinement is not so fast. The grade of the 7 illusions Qingling saliva is not low. Even with the calcination of Qinglian's Heart Fire, it will take some time. After a period of time, the refining of the 7 illusions Qingling saliva was completed. Su Yun gathered several kinds of medicinal liquids together, and after a while, a pool of strange medicinal liquids appeared in the medicine cauldron. Seeing this, a smile flashed in Su Yun's eyes. He was not like Xiao Yan at that time. He could only roughly refine the 7 illusions Qingling saliva to restore Yao Lao's depleted soul power. Other medicinal materials are also good for soul power, and when combined with 7 magic green spirit saliva, the overall effect will be even better. Su Yun was a little impatient, took out the liquid medicine in a jade bottle, sat down cross-legged, swallowed it in one gulp, and used the soul art to refine the power of the medicine. With the passage of time, the medicinal power of the strange medicinal liquid was gradually refined by Su Yun, and a huge soul force came out through the body, causing waves in the system space. This is a spontaneous fluctuation after the soul power is increased. If it is in the Imperial capital, I am afraid it will cause another shock. This is also the reason why Su Yun chose to refine in the system space. There is no guarantee that this fluctuation will not be sensed by the people in the soul palace. Although he is not afraid, it is better to have one thing more than one thing less. It is not a wise move to confront the soul palace too early. A fighting spirit with perfect soul power in the mortal realm is not as attractive to the soul palace as a mere 6th-grade alchemist. Su Yun, who has always been steady, still chose to play it safe. After refining the medicinal power completely, Su Yun felt the huge power, and a trace of satisfaction flashed in his heart, as the plan was realized step by step. While his strength was steadily rising, he also gained some cards. He likes this feeling very much. Step by step, according to your own plan, climb up step by step. Although this kind of ascent process is not as good as those Shuangwen male protagonists who reach the sky in one step, and they will still experience hardships and dangers in the process, but he is stronger and luckier than most people in this world. Chapter 99 Advanced Setting Sun, 3rd Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 3rd day, Nalan Jia came over early in the morning. Obviously, he couldn't wait any longer, and wanted to get rid of all the branding poison in his body. Master Zhang. Nalan Jia respectfully said hello. Su Yun nodded. Let us start. Nalan Jia took off his shirt and made mental preparations. Su Yun slapped his right hand, and Qinglian's heart burned into her body. Even though she has experienced it twice, it still hurts. Feeling the terrifying temperature in his body, Nalan Jia didn't dare to make a sound or move. An hour passed, and Nalan Jia collapsed again. Su Yun removed Qinglian's heart fire. He has a very precise grasp of the heat of the different fire, and he has also done a good job of protecting himself, and there is no phenomenon of scorching poison into the body like Xiao Yan. Nalan Jia struggled to get up, and wanted to thank Su Yun. Thank you Master Zhang for detoxifying me. From now on, Master Zhang will be our forever friend of the Nalan family. If there is a need, just let me know, and I, Nalan Jia, will never delay. Seeing Nalan Jia's solemn promise, Su Yun sneered, this old thing is just lip service. Xiao Yan used Yan Zhao's identity to detoxify him, which is what he said now. Then what? Xiao Yan had a 3-year appointment with the Misty Cloud sect, and his identity was exposed. When he was besieged by the Misty Yun sect, he didn't fart, let alone help. He even hoped that Xiao Yan would be left behind by the Misty Cloud sect. Tudou's psychological description at that time made him disgusted. The same goes for Nalan Yanran's divorce. After retiring the engagement, Nalan Jia just lost his temper. He didn't even send someone to apologize to Zhao's family, and he didn't intend to ease the relationship. To put it bluntly, it means that you can't wipe your face. Maybe, Nalan Yanran secretly applauded Nalan Yanran's plan to retire. Although he thought so in his heart, Su Yun still nodded with a smile on his face. Well, the old man is polite. This treatment was just a transaction. He had already refined the 7th illusion green spirit saliva, and he didn't want to have too much contact with the Nalan family. Su Yun said a few polite words before seeing off the guests. Outside the gate of Middle's family, Nalan Jia felt his weak but relaxed body, feeling a burst of emotion. Master Zhang is really young and promising. Just for this method, his alchemy skills should be higher than that of Alchemy King Furukawa, Nalanji speculated. That is to say, he doesn't know the secret of Alchemist. Possessing a strange fire, any second-grade pharmacist can remove the branding poison from his body. Although Su Yun's alchemy technique is indeed better than Alchemy King Furukawa's, it's just a pity that the 7 illusions Qing Ling salivated. Nalan Jia still felt a little regretful. Back then, in order to obtain the 7 illusion green spirit saliva, he was burned to death. In the end, it took the 7 magic green spirit saliva to get rid of the branding poison. There is a definite number for 1 prosperity and 1 prosperity. Within the Mitre family, Haibudong handed Su Yun a ring. During this time, the magic cores that Tingshan ordered the Middle family to collect are all here. Su Yun took it and looked at the densely packed, hundreds of magic cores inside, showing a satisfied smile. Thank you very much. Haibudong nodded and said again. As for the medicinal materials you mentioned, I haven't found them yet. Su Yun frowned, but said nothing. When he came back from the Alchemist Guild, he ordered the Middle family to find several kinds of medicinal materials. These medicinal materials are exactly the medicinal materials needed to refine the 6th grade elixir, Dilling Pill. These kinds of medicinal materials are quite precious and rare, but it's only been a few days, so it's normal not to find them. It's okay, there is still some time before Canaan College's enrollment this year. Just try to find it, and it doesn't matter if you don't find it. Su Yun frowned, and said to Haibudong. Also, don't miss the collection of magic cores. Haibudong nodded upon hearing this. Su Yun thought for a while, took out a parchment scroll from the system space, and handed it to Haibudong. What's this? Haibudong looked at the scroll in his hand, feeling a little puzzled. Elder Hai might as well open it up and have a look. There was a faint smile on Su Yun's face, showing off a little. Haibudong opened the scroll directly, and then a trace of shock flashed in his eyes. An earth-level low-level exercise, 9 nether frost art. For me. Hai Budong couldn't believe it. Su Yun nodded. I'm going to the Black Horn region after a while. You will naturally have to improve your strength. If you die there will be no one to help me. Su Yun laughed and joked a few words. It was rare for Hai Budong not to talk back. His eyes were shining brightly, and he held the scroll tightly with both hands, as if he was holding his wife. It's just an earth-level low-level exercise. If you work hard, there will be better ones in the future. Seeing Hai Budong's reaction, Su Yun's mouth twitched slightly, and he went back to the room on his own. Half a minute after Su Yun left, Hai Budong finally came to his senses and put the scroll into the ring, a little speechless. What is the origin of this kid? Such a generous shot. Hai Budong became even more curious about the forces behind Su Yun. He naturally understood that this was his reward for collecting magic cores for Su Yun. Followed the right person. Hai Budong felt more and more wise about his original decision. Su Yun returned to the room, put all the magic cores in the ring into the system space, and checked carefully. There are a total of about 100 Tier 1 and Tier 2 magic cores, more than 40 Tier 3 magic cores, more than 30 Tier 4 magic cores, and 2 Tier 5 magic cores. One of the 5th order magic cores was still of the fire attribute. Su Yun's eyes lit up. It's all right now, and another wave of upgrades can be done. Su Yun first scanned all the magic cores, and made a backup for the replacement function in case of emergencies, then used the fusion function of the system. Fuse the setting sun with the 5th order fire attribute magic core. Ding, a fusion solution has been detected, and it needs to consume a 5th order energy crystal block or a 5th order magic core. Do you want to fuse? Fusion. The 2 5th order magic cores disappeared in the system space, and the blade of setting sun shone with dazzling light. After a while, a brand new setting sun appeared in Su Yun's hands. Su Yun looked at the fiery red long sword in his hand and nodded in satisfaction. The 5th order magic core long sword can barely carry the power of the earth-level intermediate fighting skill flowing flame dragon slash. After playing with it for a while, Su Yun put the setting sun into the system space. Looking at the abundant magic core, Su Yun studied fighting skills again. His Fenhen Ju has fire, ice, and fire coexistence, and 3 fighting chi states, but he has not used the most powerful coexistent state of ice and fire. The reason for this lies in fighting skills. Fire attribute fighting skills and ice attribute fighting skills are both simple, but the dual attributes of ice and fire can't be helped. With the development of Dou Qi Continent for so many years, it is indeed possible that fighting skills with dual attributes of ice and fire have appeared. However, it may have been buried in the long river of history. He had nowhere to look, so he had to create it himself. Of course, the creation here must be to use the fusion function of the system to fuse the 2 fighting skills together. It is impossible to create something from nothing. Chapter 100 The Solution to the Ernan Poisonous Body, First Update. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Yun first took out 2 low-level fighting skills of the Xian level, Mysterious level low-level fighting skill Flame Knife. Mysterious level low-level fighting skill Frost Fiend. System, combine these 2 low-level mysterious fighting skills. Ding, multiple fusion schemes have been detected. Do you choose a scheme? The mechanical voice of the system sounded in Su Yun's mind, and Su Yun raised his eyebrows. Different fusion schemes. Show fusion scheme. Ding, it shows success. The scheme is as follows. Solution 1, form a new low-level fighting skill of the mysterious level, which can be used to slash the cold ice knife with a knife. Solution 2, form a new low-level mysterious fighting skill that can condense raging flames. Plan 3, form a new low-level fighting skill of the mysterious level, which can cut out the cold ice and flame knife energy. Note: this fighting skill needs to have dual attributes of fire and ice, otherwise the power will be halved. Solution 4, form a new low-level mysterious fighting skill, which can condense the ice and flames. Note: this fighting skill needs to have dual attributes of fire and ice, otherwise the power will be halved. Su Yun looked at the information in his mind and fell into deep thought. Obviously, using the fusion function of the system to create the idea of ice and fire fighting skills is completely fine. It's just this integration solution. Is it an upgrade of the integration function after the system is updated? Su Yun tried to combine Fenju with a low-level yellow rank ice attribute exercise. cultivation techniques are not like physical things, and they will not disappear after fusion. System, integrate Funju and Ice Ju. Ding, multiple fusion schemes have been detected, do you want to choose a scheme? There was a flash of understanding in Su Yun's eyes. It seems right. After the system is updated, the fusion function has also been upgraded. When he fused Funju and the ice attribute technique before, he didn't have any fusion plan. Show fusion scheme. Ding, it shows success. The scheme is as follows. Solution 1. Form a new low-level yellow-level exercise, which is an ice attribute exercise. It can devour the ice attribute spirits between the heaven and the earth, improve the cultivation base and skill level, and has a strong suppression and control effect on the ice attribute spirits. Plan 2. Form a new low-level yellow rank exercise, which is a fire-ice dual attribute exercise. It can devour the fire and ice attribute spiritual objects between the heaven and the earth to improve the cultivation base and skill level. And it has a strong suppression and control effect on fire and ice attribute spiritual objects. Note, it is necessary to have the dual attributes of fire and ice, otherwise the practice of this exercise will not be able to exert its full effect. Fusion needs to consume spirits with fire and ice attributes. Su Yun touched his smooth chin. The second plan shown here is obviously the Fenhanju that he is currently practicing. It seems that the update of the system is still quite good. Will there be a third update? It seems that I still have to get in touch with the characters in the original work. Su Yun carefully figured out the plan displayed by the system, has a strong suppression and control effect. This characteristic is obviously derived from Fenju. The ability of Fenju to suppress and control different fires is simply not comparable to other exercises. After all, according to Tudo's setting, Fenju wasn't even created by Emperor Tuasha, it was the ancient Emperor Tuasha who met Fenju when he condensed his spiritual wisdom, and this made the ancient Emperor Tuasha. Of course, what he cares about is not the origin of Fenju, but the suppression and control effect. After fusing the ice attribute Kung Fu, it can maintain the suppression and control effect. So is it possible to fuse the poison attribute Kung Fu? Say it, do it. Su Yun found a low-level poison attribute Kung Fu of the yellow rank. System, integrate Funju and poison art. Ding, multiple fusion schemes have been detected. Do you choose a scheme? Show fusion scheme. Ding, it shows success. The scheme is as follows. Option 1. Form a new low-level yellow-level exercise, which is a poison attribute exercise. It can devour poisonous spirits in the world, improve the level of cultivation and skills, and has a strong suppression and control effect on poisonous spirits. Plan 2. Form a new low-level yellow-level exercise, which is a fire-poison dual attribute exercise. It can devour fire and poisonous spiritual objects in the world to improve the cultivation base and skill level, and has a strong suppression and control effect on fire and poisonous spiritual objects. Note, it needs to have the dual attributes of fire and poison, otherwise it will not be able to exert its full effect when practicing this exercise. Fusion requires the consumption of spiritual objects with fire and poison attributes. Su Yun's heart is boiling. Option 1 fits perfectly with the Ananda body. The Ananda body can swallow poison to increase cultivation and gather toxins in the body, and this kind of toxin is the key to the death of the Anand poisonous body in the later stage. This is to get rid of this toxin, and the Anand poisonous body will be solved easily. The phagocytosis effect of this plan 1 happens to be the nemesis of this toxin. Perfectly solved the problem of the out-of-control Ananda body. Ha ha ha. Su Yun couldn't help laughing. After a while, Su Yun finally calmed down. Su Yun chose another high-level Xian rank Kung Fu with the poison attribute, and just as he was about to merge it, Qinglin's shout came from outside the door. My lord, something happened. Hearing Qinglin's waxy voice, Su Yun's heart skipped a beat, and something bad flashed across. Who's wrong? Su Yun got up immediately and pushed open the door. Qinglin was waiting anxiously at the door. Where is Xianer? Su Yun panicked and grabbed Qinglin's shoulder suddenly. Where's Xianer? Tears flashed in Qinglin's eyes. Su Yun's physical body is so powerful. Qinglin also tried to cultivate during this time, but he has not yet started, and he does not have any cultivation base at all. Su Yun was emotional, and he couldn't control his strength well. With just this grab, Qinglin's shoulder was already bruised. Su Yun quickly let go of his hand. My lord, Sister Sienna is fine. Sister Sienna is in the living room. Qinglin's small and lovely Guazi had a timid face, like a frightened little rabbit. Hearing this, Su Yun breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Sienna is fine, he thought he was enjoying the pig's foot treatment, and encountered some fucking ghost plot. Su Yun looked at the bruises on Qinglin's snow-white shoulders that he had just squeezed out, and a trace of guilt flashed in his heart. Qinglin is okay, it's the young master's fault that hurt you. With a calm voice, Su Yun gently apologized to Qinglin. No, it's okay. Young master is also worried about Sister Sienna. Young master, hurry up and take a look. Sister Sienna is waiting for you in the living room. Young master is so gentle, he will apologize to me, but he cares more about Sister Sienna. Su Yun was a little worried about the situation over there, so he took Qinglin to the living room first. In the living room, little Dr. Immortal and Hai Budong were both there. Seeing with his own eyes that the little doctor was safe and sound, Su Yun let out a sigh of relief. It's good that people are fine, other things are not a big problem. Only then did Su Yun have time to carefully look at the other two people in the living room. Coincidentally, both of them are acquaintances. Surprise flashed across Su Yun's face. It was a middle-aged man and a woman. This middle-aged man was the previous supervisor in Wutan City, and he was crazy, and the other woman is Luo Qianyun, Luo Qianyun's disciple. Su Yun was a little puzzled. Why did these two people appear here?